Thank you everybody for joining this Candlelight Slow Flow. Should be a nice gentle practice with lots of stretching. You could even wear socks if it's really cold. If you have like a sweater or something to be nice and cozy, feel free to wear that through class. We're gonna start, you may want pillows, blocks, blankets nearby. So if you need to grab any props, go ahead and do that now. We are going to start on our back tonight. So if you have a blanket or you have a pillow, or if you have blocks, you can set up your blocks so that, or you can take a blanket, fold it, and then roll it up long ways. This is kind of a big blanket, but if you have a smaller blanket, you can roll it up long ways so that you're gonna lay your spine along the blanket. And then you may want a pillow to support your head. This is just a really nice way to counter all of the desk sitting that we've been doing through the day. So I'm gonna use my blocks. I have one long ways and then one horizontal for my head. And then depending on how long your blanket is or your blocks, probably your butt will be on the floor, and then you're just gonna lie back so your spine is along your blanket, and then your pillow or block or something is supporting your head. Your knees can be up. Maybe you want to take your feet long. Maybe you like your soles of your feet together with your knees splaying open in Supta Baddha Konasana. A lot of different ways you can choose to have your legs, whatever feels good for you tonight. Okay, and close the eyes. And just start to slow down the breath. Nice, long inhale. Slow exhale. Thinking about releasing any tension in the body. On the exhales, melting into the blanket, into the mat, into the earth. Maybe taking note of how long the inhale is and trying to match the count on the exhale. Can you lengthen both the inhale and the exhale just a little bit? Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe rolling your wrists and ankles. We're gently going to roll over to one side and move those blankets or pillows out of the way. Coming back onto your back. Let's take a breath here together. Nice, slow, long inhale. And exhale. We're going to take our right foot and move it in close to our hip. And then we're just gently going to put some pressure through that right foot, starting to roll that right hip off of the mat. Inhaling, lifting, exhale, rolling back down. Just moving with the breath. Maybe as you're moving, starting to hold in a spot that feels good. Just exploring this range of motion. Just gentle supine twist, gentle hip opener. When you're ready, starting to come back to stillness. Sending that right leg long. We're going to move our left foot up, placing it on the floor just below the hip. And pushing through our left foot, taking that left hip, rolling it off the mat. And exhale, releasing it down. Inhale. And exhale. Exploring that full range of motion. Choosing to spend an extra moment. I guess the kitties are not feeling very zen for yoga right now. And when you're ready, coming to stillness, sending that left leg long. Maybe taking a nice full body stretch here. Rolling over to one side and gently pushing yourself up to seated. Maybe taking some shoulder rolls. Maybe changing directions. Now we're going to do just a little neck stretch. So maybe taking your right arm down near your hip. Just going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And let's take a range of motion. Just a slow, gentle move through, nodding our head yes. Pausing. Any space that feels like it needs an extra breath. If you're done there, maybe gentle motion through the no motion. And inhale, coming back to neutral. Placing our right hand back on our right knee, we're going to take our left hand, place it by the left hip, drop our right ear to our right shoulder. We're going to move through the same motions on this side. Just gently through, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Coming back to neutral, maybe taking any final shoulder movements. We're going to take a few seated cat-cows here, so kind of moving the shoulders. We're going to inhale, pull our chest forward, and exhale, rounding the back, maybe sitting backwards, holding onto the knees. Inhaling, chest forward. Exhale, dropping the chin, rounding the back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, rounding. Taking this at your own pace with your breath. If you'd like, maybe starting to add just a little bit of movement through the torso, side to side. Maybe making big circles. You're making circles, maybe change direction. Slowly coming back to stillness. We're going to take a nice inhale and exhale, setting the hands down. One more inhale, stretching tall, and exhale. One more inhale. This time, twisting to the right, left hand comes to the right knee for a gentle, sweet seated twist. Thinking about inhaling long and exhale, releasing into that twist. Not trying to force anything. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's inhale here. And exhale, twisting to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee. Inhaling long. And exhale, releasing. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back to center. Taking any final moves here that feel good. We're going to slowly make our way to tabletop. I'm gonna turn on my mat. Once you get to tabletop, we're just going to sit back for a moment in child's pose. Knees can be either hip width apart or together, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Let's take an active child's pose. So an active child's pose, fingers are spread, hands are out like you're in downward facing dog. and you still have a little bit of stretch through those hands, almost like they're pulling forward a little bit, giving you a nice stretch through the shoulders as you drop your head to the mat. Take one more breath here. Today, since we're doing a more gentle practice, instead of moving through our normal sun salutations, we're going to move through a moon salutation, which I think is quite nice. On your next inhale, inhaling from child's pose, up into tabletop. And then on your exhale, curling those toes under, pressing back into downward facing dog. Maybe you have a nice big bend in the knees for this first downward dog. Pedaling through the feet. Just taking any stretches here that feel good. On the next inhale, coming back to tabletop, going to exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, coming high up onto the knees. Just gonna take a nice gentle exhale, just a baby mini back bend, supporting the lower back here, really not trying to do anything crazy. Coming back up to neutral, we're gonna slowly lower ourselves down like we're on hydraulics. And coming back to child's pose. Inhaling up to tabletop. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. On the next inhale, coming back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, coming high up onto the knees. Exhale, supporting the back, mini back bend. Inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Take a breath here. On the next inhale, coming into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple more breaths here. Taking any movement that feels good. Releasing the neck. Inhaling to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high up onto the knees. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, back up to neutral. Exhale, release down. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. We're going to slowly make our way to the top of the mat, stepping our feet slowly forward. Coming into our standing forward fold. First standing forward fold of the evening, so I'd like you to take a nice big bend in the knees so that your chest is laying on your thighs. So however much you need to bend so that your whole upper torso is laying on your upper thighs. And then if you want, you can keep your hands on the floor, on the shins. You can also take your hands, grab your elbows. It's nice to take a first forward fold with a big bend in the knees because it really allows you to open up through the lower back. You can take a little sway if you want to. Exhale, releasing the hands. I'm going to inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly, big bend in the knees, rolling up to standing. Nice shoulder roll. Exhale. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, big bend in the knees, rolling up to standing. Hands high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the earth, stepping our right foot back. We're going to drop the right knee to the mat and come into our low lunge. So hands can be on the mat. You can drop the back of the toes so the whole bottom of the foot is on, the top of the foot is on the mat. And just taking a moment to open up through that right hip. You can either stay with your hands on the mat, or if it feels okay, you can come up putting your hands on your left knee. Inhale and exhale, sinking in to that lunge. Now, if your knees are okay, it's okay for your knee to be over your toes a little bit. If you have any issues with the knees, you may want to push that left foot forward so that your knee's not coming over the toes. Let's take one more breath here. We're going to transition to runner's lunge. So pushing our legs straight, we're going to come back and sit over our right knee, lengthening through the left leg, just getting a nice hamstring stretch. Maybe your foot is flexed. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back to that low lunge. We're going to set our hands on either side of our foot. Come up onto the toes of the right foot. Bring that knee off of the mat. And then we're just going to step our left foot back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale our right leg high. We're going to bend the knee and open up at the right hip. If you look under your left shoulder, you might see your right foot. Inhaling your right leg long. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Inhale, left leg comes high. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Inhale, left leg comes back high. Exhale, set it down, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping our left foot forward between our hands. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Stepping our right foot forward. Dropping our left knee to the mat. Coming into low lunge on the other side. Again, you can stay on your hands, on your fingertips. If it feels okay, you can come up onto that right knee. Just inhale and exhale, sinking into that stretch. Bringing those hands maybe back to the mat, we're just going to slide back into our runner's lunge. You may want to slide that right foot forward a little bit. I like my hip stacked above my knee, just so I get a better stretch that way. Maybe explore, see what feels good for you. On the next inhale, coming back forward, picking up the left toes and the left knee off the mat, just going to step it forward so our feet meet, and coming into our next standing forward fold. This time if you want to straighten the knees, you can do so. If it doesn't feel good, you can continue to bend, have a little bit of bend in the knees. Maybe for this one you want to take your peace fingers and grab your big toes. Maybe inhale the spine long, and exhale using those biceps, hoping to pull yourself into a nice standing forward fold. Dropping any binds that you have on your feet, releasing your hands. We're going to inhale, hands to shins, coming up halfway, and exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, bend in the knees, rolling up to standing, hands to the sky. Exhale, Samastitihi. Great job, yogis. We're going to move through that series again with the breath this time, just getting a little bit more movement. Inhale, our hands to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Right foot steps back. Drop the knee to the mat. Inhaling up for runner's lunge. Exhaling for runner's lunge. Inhaling for low lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. You know where we're going. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for lunge, placing our hands back on the mat, popping those toes up. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg lifts, bend the knee, exhale, open up. We'll take a breath here. Inhale, right leg straightens, exhale, release. Inhale, raise the left leg, exhale, bend the knee, open up. Take a breath here. Inhale, left leg long, exhale, release for downward dog. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, right foot steps forward, release that left knee to the mat. Inhale up for low lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale for low lunge. Exhale for runner's lunge. Inhale for low lunge. And exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale for low lunge, bringing those hands back to the mat, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, stepping it forward. Our final standing forward fold series. You can take either of the two variations we've done previously in class, or if you'd like something a little different and you're feeling very open today, you can try taking the palms of your hands and placing them underneath the foot so that the toe is coming right up to the hip, right up to the wrist crease. Maybe wiggling your toes, giving your wrists a nice little massage, releasing any tension in the neck. Taking one more breath here. And releasing those hands. Inhale, hands to shins, coming up for halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. Inhale, rolling up. And exhale, nice shoulder roll down the back. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's take a breath here. And exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping both feet back, coming into downward facing dog. Taking our right leg high. This time, exhale, bringing the knee forward to our right hand, setting that right leg on the ground, coming into pigeon pose. This is where having those pillows and blankets nearby might be nice. I'm going to switch sides just so you guys can see some examples. If you have a pillow, it can be really nice to just set that under your hip so you can sit down on the pillow. Especially if you're still just like new to this pose, or even if you're not new. I used a hip or a support for many, many years until I became open enough to be comfortable in the pose without it. There's nothing wrong with using a pillow. It, I think, helps to release some tension because you're not trying to hold yourself into an uncomfortable position, and lets you release a little bit better. So coming back onto my right, go ahead and just take a little peek over your left shoulder. Make sure that left leg is out long behind you. Maybe inhale, sitting up nice and tall, getting a nice stretch through that left hip. And exhale, folding over. If you have a second pillow nearby, it can also be really nice to just lay a pillow underneath your torso, something to rest your head on. Really just finding whatever you need to do to feel comfortable in this pose. On the exhales, trying to release any tension, any energy you're holding in the muscles, trying to just mentally turn those muscles off, release them. With each breath, pushing that breath through the hip, helping your muscles to unlock, to settle in. We're going to take 5 nice easy breaths here in pigeon. On the next inhale, slowly, gently pushing yourself up to seated. We're going to slide over onto the right hip. I'm going to turn just so you guys can see me, but I'm going to grab my left leg, pull it around to the front, and then I'm going to take the sole of my left foot and just place it on the other side of my right knee here. So I'm kind of in a modified cow face pose. This isn't quite as intense as the one we did last week, if you were with me. We're going to inhale, spine nice and long here, and exhale, we're going to just hug that left knee, give ourselves a nice little twist. Inhale, coming back to center, we're going to send our left leg long, right foot stays where it is. We're going to inhale here, rotating so our torso is long over the left leg, and exhale, coming into Janue. You can hold the shin, you can hold the floor, you can hold the foot, whatever feels good. If you really want to make this a really gentle Janue, you can take that pillow, put it along your leg, lay down on your pillow. Anything to allow you to let go of any tension. inhale, gently pushing yourself up to seated. We're going to take our right hand and set it about 6 inches from our right hip. We're going to inhale, coming up onto our shin and our heel, bringing that hip off the mat, coming into rock star. Exhale, setting it down. Inhale, up for rock star. Exhale, release it back down. Beautiful rock stars, yogi. One more time. Inhale, up for rock star. Maybe hold it for a breath. And exhale, release, setting it down. We're going to bring our left foot in to meet our right. Maybe center our feet for Bakasana or butterfly pose. Maybe you want your feet really close to you. Maybe you're taking it easy today. Maybe you want your feet a little bit further away. Whatever feels good. If you want us to try something a little different, you can take your pillow, put your feet on top of your pillow. It's kind of a nice different way to sit into the pose. I quite like this. And maybe giving your feet a nice little foot massage. Maybe getting into the calves a little bit. You've been hiking with a baby on your back. This probably feels really good. Remembering to breathe. If you want, for the last few breaths, you can round your back, let your head just hang. Gently inhaling, rolling back up. We're gonna cross our feet at our ankles, and we're gonna roll over our feet into a tabletop. And then exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. Take our last few breaths, our last downward dog of the day. Take any last movement here that you need for your practice today. Let's inhale our left leg high, and exhale, bringing our left knee to our left wrist, setting it down, taking that right leg out long behind us, grabbing any props that we need. Maybe you didn't need one on the other side, but you need one on this side. That's okay. Maybe inhale, sitting tall, and exhale, releasing down. Again, maybe you want to grab a pillow, anything to help you. Just relax. We're going to spend 10 breaths here and pigeon on the left. On your inhale, gently lifting yourself back up to seated, moving any pillows or props, setting yourself down onto that left hip, bringing that right leg around to the front, turn to face you. We're just gonna set that right foot, the sole of the right foot down onto the mat. Inhaling tall, exhale, hugging that right leg for a nice twist to the right. Inhaling back to center, we're going to send our right leg long. Inhale tall, rotate over the right leg, and exhale, release down, Janue, head to knee pose. Again, maybe a pillow feels good here today. Inhale, rolling back up. We're going to take our left hand about 6 inches from our left hip, and then inhale, coming up, lifting our hips high into rock star. Exhale, releasing it down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, releasing. One more time, inhaling up. Maybe taking a breath here. And exhale, releasing down. Beautiful, yogis. Okay, we're going to bring both of our feet back in front of us. We're gonna just take some nice little rolls along the spine. If you want a tiny ab workout today, you can try to pause before your feet get there. It's the most we're gonna do. This is mostly for the massage. Taking a couple more, making your way into stillness on your back. Setting our feet just below our hips. Just going to take a few final easy back bends. Inhale, rolling the tailbone up off the mat. And exhale, releasing it back down. Inhale, rolling up the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, rolling up. And exhale, release. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, release. Inhale, rolling up. Maybe coming up all the way to your toes. Maybe taking a breath here. And exhale, release. Maybe inhaling all the way up. Maybe again onto your toes. And exhale, release. You know where we're going, yogis. Take a couple more rolls on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do one more. Taking a breath here, letting the spine neutralize. We're gonna take a little supine twist before we settle into Savasana. So gently coming up onto the heels, picking the hips up, moving them just an inch or two to the right. And we're going to drop our knees to the left, taking the arms out long into a T shape, or maybe a cactus arms if that feels good. Letting gravity do the work. Nice deep breaths. Just enjoying this nice spinal twist. On the next inhale, engaging the abs, bringing those knees back to center, setting the feet down on the mat. Just going to lift those hips up and shift them a few inches to the left. Drop the knees to the right. Inhale and exhale. Just sinking that hip into the mat. Letting those knees fall to the right. Let's inhale, engaging the abs, bringing those knees back to center. Taking any final moves you need for your practice. Maybe hugging the knees into the chest, giving your lower back a little roll. Maybe you take a happy baby, whatever you need. We're going to take a nice Savasana. Since we had a pretty cool practice already, you may not be very warm. So if you have that blanket nearby, you may want to drape it over your feet or your legs, just so you don't get cold while you're in Shavasana. When you're ready, sending those legs out long, letting your hands fall to the sides, palms are open. Taking any wiggles or movements you need to settle in here. Nice, easy inhale. Nice, easy exhale. Inhaling and exhale, releasing into the earth. Letting go of any tension or stress from the day. Feeling cozy and calm. Releasing your toes. Releasing the bottoms of your feet. Releasing the tops of your feet. Releasing your ankles. Releasing your shins and your calves. Releasing your knees. Releasing your thighs, your hamstrings. Releasing your hips. Letting your torso just settle into the earth. Releasing the shoulders. Releasing the tops of the arms. Releasing the elbows. Releasing the forearms and the wrists. Releasing the hands and each finger. Releasing the neck and the throat. Releasing the jaw. Maybe releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Releasing any tension in the brow. Releasing all the way up to the top of your head. Choosing if you want to end your practice here. Feeling welcome to stay in this nice cozy savasana. Or if you'd like to, gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Rolling the wrists and the ankles. Maybe taking a nice long full body stretch, letting any yawns that might come. Gently rolling over onto one side. Taking a breath here, letting the body awaken. When you're ready, gently pushing yourself up to seated, keeping your eyes closed or gaze lowered. Bringing our hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Taking a moment here to just give yourself a little bit of gratitude for coming to the mat today, spending an hour on yourself. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. We raise our thumbs to third eye, bow, and say namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you for practicing with me today. This was so lovely to have you all here.